Programming brought to you by AWI Networks, Smarter Internet.
Thanks for joining St. George News at 8. I'm Scott Beadle. The killer who gunned down dozens of people in Las Vegas this weekend may have considered targeting other major American cities. Authorities are also questioning whether he had an accomplice. Marcy Gonzalez is in Las Vegas with the latest on the investigation.
A chilling view from above the scene in Las Vegas where 58 innocent people were murdered Sunday at a country music festival, as investigators now question whether the gunman who shot down at his victims from these hotel windows may have first tried to target other large events. Sources saying in August he booked hotel rooms in Chicago with a view of the Lollapalooza festival and searched for rooms near Boston's Fenway Park.
Because it's an ongoing investigation, I'm not going to speak any more to it than that.
Officials also confirming he rented a room in this Las Vegas condo overlooking a music festival just a week before the massacre. And investigators now say Paddock may not have acted alone.
You got to make the assumption he had to have some help at some point.
His girlfriend, Mary Lou Danley, now a person of interest. She is cooperating with the FBI and says she knew nothing about the plans. But now an official briefed on the investigation says Paddock was seen with a different woman in the days leading up to the attack. They're now trying to figure out who she is and whether she knows anything about what led to the rampage that also left 487 people injured. Among them, Jesus Campos, the security guard, the first to approach Paddock's hotel room, the gunman shooting him through the door.
His bravery was amazing.
More than 150 people injured in that attack are still hospitalized. St. George voters will choose the city's mayor on November 7th. John Pike is seeking a second term in office. He says he's developed the experience and relationships to help guide the city for another 4 years. Challenging Pike is Lane Ronau. He's the host and executive producer of A Story to Tell, an interview program that often features public officials. He says city officials need to do a better job of taking citizens' input into account and to be more transparent. Continued growth of the city, including infrastructure needs, is also a key issue in the race. The St. George Marathon is coming up Saturday and wouldn't be possible without a lot of volunteer help. In fact, they're already hard at work.
Currently, we are starting to set up for the 2017 St. George Marathon. This is the 41st year running. We have several volunteers already down at the Dixie Center who are stuffing packets, and our parks crew is currently setting up the finish line here at Vernon Worthen Park.
I've been volunteering with the marathon probably 30 years or so. It's a lot of fun to be behind the scenes and see what goes on.
This is the first year that I've volunteered with packet stuffing, so here we are just stuffing paraphernalia into the packets. My shift is like 4 hours, I think, but this lasts 2 days, so it's amazing. They've got to stuff 7,000 bags. It's pretty fun to be involved with it.
We are so grateful for the volunteers here in St. George. Everywhere I go, people talk about the wonderful community support we have here in St. George.
This is the 33rd year we've helped. We started in '83. We keep hearing of people who come to the marathon and then have so much fun with it, they end up moving here, so it's good for the community too.
A wish granted for a Cedar City boy. Ryder Spears was just 4 months old when he was diagnosed with neurofibromatosis, a genetic disorder that affects nearly every organ in the body. On Monday, the now 4-year-old and his family got a big reveal. Local police officers brought them to Lynn's Market to announce that the Make-A-Wish Foundation is sending them to Disney World. Ryder's dad, Jonathan Spears, said he was humbled by the spirit of charity that others have shown his family. The trip was paid for by donations at more than 40 Associated Food stores, totaling $114,000. That money, in fact, will help grant 23 other wishes as well. A native of Puerto Rico who now lives in St. George is organizing a drive to send supplies to her home island. Lourdes Golding still has family on the island and felt she needed to take action after Hurricane Maria. JetBlue agreed to provide space for the supplies on an upcoming flight to Puerto Rico. Golding plans to load the supplies up on Friday and take them to Salt Lake City for the delivery. Meteorologist Kim Walker has your Southern Utah forecast coming up right after this.
The weather tonight is brought to you by AWI Networks, smarter internet.
Well, welcome back, everyone. We will continue with the sunshine, nice weather, and mild temperatures for your Friday. And then we're going to see warmer conditions this weekend. Plenty of sunshine, dry weather. Over into early next week, it's going to be a little bit chilly as temperatures will take a dive on Monday and Tuesday. We'll take a look at that forecast in just a little bit. High temperatures today, not too bad. 81 degrees over St. George, a little bit cooler in Enterprise at 72. Cedar City was around 70 degrees and a warmer in Mesquite at 88 degrees. So, of course, to the north, it was a little bit cooler, and we are going to see those cool conditions for tonight, definitely. Temperatures near freezing as we make our way into the overnight in Cedar City at 34 degrees. Overnight lows will be around 52 in St. George, Mesquite 54, and Hurricane around 52 degrees. The winds will be light, mainly coming from the northwest. Tomorrow in Cedar City, temperatures around 7 o'clock will be around 40 degrees, and we only climb up into the upper 40s at noon. Temperatures in the afternoon will climb to around 64 degrees, so just a tad cooler than today. 62 at 5 o'clock. Lots of sunshine during the afternoon. For St. George, we are expecting temperatures to start off mainly in the 50s as we wake up, and then 60 degrees at your noon hour. Temperatures in the afternoon will climb up to around 81 degrees before we drop back down to around 76. So a beautiful day on tap for as we end the work week for your Friday. But there is a jet stream that will be moving from the north down to the south, dipping down enough where cooler air will drain right over our area. So we are going to see a change as we head into tomorrow. That cool air will stick around as we head into tomorrow, but then it starts to warm right back up. And then as we make our way into next week, another shot of cool air will come in. So over the weekend, that hot air will return to most of the southwest. I think we'll be just pretty mild. Temperatures back into the mid 80s for our area. But forecasted highs around the region: Cedar City around 64 degrees tomorrow, Enterprise around 67, Newcastle around 79 degrees. We're looking at highs around 84 degrees tomorrow for you in Littlefield, and in Ivans around 75 degrees. But as we head into the next 7 days, we're going to see a seesaw of temperatures. So it's going to be cool in Cedar City tomorrow, but then the weekend is going to be warming up into the 70s. So we're expecting highs around 76 degrees for your Saturday. Plenty of sunshine and warm weather. Lots of sunshine for your Sunday, with temperature readings topping out at around 74 degrees. But here comes the colder air by early next week. We'll start off in the 30s. Highs will only be around 54 degrees for your Monday. A little bit of cloud cover as well, and then lots of sunshine returning for your Tuesday with a high around 63 degrees, and then we gradually warm up toward the end of the week. For St. George, we are going to be about the same as today, 81 degrees for the afternoon high. Over the weekend, just a few degrees warmer, but it's not going to be too bad. And then by Monday, that cold air will be starting to filter in, so highs will only be around 68 degrees, and then gradually warming up toward the middle part of the week with lots of sunshine. But those of you who are heading out to the marathon, temperatures will start off in the 50s, which is great running weather, but make it a little bit warm toward the end of the marathon. So just keep that in mind. You probably just want to pack some shorts.
Maybe a jacket if you aren't running as well. But.
Right, for spectators.
But yeah, that's great weather if you are actually running it.
Definitely.
All right, thanks, Kim. Next, when carving a pumpkin just isn't enough, where these pumpkins are coming to life. Connecticut's premier non-scary fall destination is open. Welcome to Pumpkin Town, USA. It is a favorite fall destination in East Hampton. A small pumpkin patch called Paul's and Sandy's 2 opened back in 1990 with just 2 pumpkin heads, Leroy Butternuts and Penelope Parton. Well, each year the population has been growing, and in 1993, when it reached 38, business owners Paul and Sandy decided they would go ahead and create Pumpkin Town. Each of those pumpkin heads is painted by hand every year. Pumpkin Town, USA includes a fast food restaurant called Mac Pumpkins, a saloon, a jail, a church, and of course, a farm. As many as 25,000 people from all over the world visit Pumpkin Town, USA during the 6 weeks it's open every year.
I wonder how many people it takes to paint all those pumpkins to get them ready on time.
I don't know, that is a lot of work.
Yeah,
a lot of pumpkins there.
Yeah, generation after generation of pumpkins.
Oh yeah. Thanks for watching.
Have a great night.